So it finished at the King Power, Leicester City 0, Arsenal 5, and that briefly at least takes Arsenal back to the top of the WSL, although by the time this video goes out, they probably won't be top anymore. Chelsea playing Reading later this evening, and Arsenal got off to the best possible start when Beth Mead scored after about 90 seconds. And bearing in mind Leicester lost here 9-0 last week to Chelsea, and they conceded 4 of those goals in the first 11 minutes. I think when Beth scored after 2 minutes, a lot of people, I admit myself included, thought, okay, this could be similar. Arsenal could really get ahead here very quickly, but there was actually a big gap to the second goal. Well after the hour mark, Vivianne Miedema made it 2-0, and after that, the floodgates opened really. And to be honest, Arsenal were always in control of the game. Leicester were a lot more compact than I think we've seen them usually. They had very little space between their defence and midfield, lots of block shots, lots of times where Arsenal progressed the ball into the area, but had kind of just a wall of blue in front of them. But they really deserved, I think, at least one more goal in that first half. Vivianne Miedema hitting the post, a couple of other chances as well. But Leicester really tired in that last 25 minutes. I think a mixture of the second goal and the fact that we were moving into the last 20 minutes of the game really kind of took the sting out of things for Leicester a bit. And in the last kind of 15 minutes in particular, it could have been anything, the scoreline really. Arsenal were getting through them time and time again. Particularly, I think the subs were a big factor in that as well. Nikita Parris came on from the bench and she helped herself to 3 assists. Fantastic contribution from her. I just spoke to Jonas Eidevall here, and I asked him about a few players, but I asked him about Keats, and he said he was so pleased with her. He said that, you know, as a player, when you don't get picked, you can react 2 ways. You can kind of sulk and feel sorry for yourself, or you can know that you're probably going to come on, and when you come on, that's when you make your contribution and you show to the manager that you belong in the team. And he said that he was really happy that Keats Parris did that today. Also asked him about Lia Wälti as well. Really missed on Thursday night in Wolfsburg for that defeat, and he said, yep, she was brilliant again today. And he said he spoke to her just after the game on the pitch here, and he said that, you know, it's a good thing and a bad thing. In one respect, you saw that we really missed you in the last game in Wolfsburg, which is kind of not great for the team, but for you, you understand now how important that you are to this team. And he felt that it was important for her to see that as well. So brilliant performance from her, I think, as well. Caitlin Ford out on the left, she just had the Leicester right back on toast for the whole game, just absolutely grilling her in one-on-one situations time and time again. And of course, Caitlin set up that first goal for Beth Mead, again getting past the right back, pulling across into the box for Beth Mead to finish. And yeah, Arsenal had this game under control really, as you'd expect. There was probably longer between the first and the second goals than most people would have predicted, maybe even some Arsenal fans would have liked, but I think 5-0 was a fair scoreline in the end. It's just the goals came in bunches, and of course Tobin Heath coming off the bench at the end as well, to put home Nikita Parris's cross. So good day at the office for Arsenal, and Jonas Eidevall said as well it was really important for Arsenal to get back to winning ways, and not just to get back to winning ways, but to win well. He said that he is concerned about goal difference as well. So Arsenal, for now anyway, have caught Chelsea up on goal difference. He said that when he was the Malmo assistant manager in 2012, Malmo lost the Swedish league on goal difference, and he said he learned a big lesson that day. But he said that that's not just a question for the end of the season or the final game or the final few games. He said it's for the whole season. He always wants his team attacking. Even when the game's won, he wants them going forward. He wants them putting the ball in the net, because goal difference is accumulated over a season, not just in a few games. So he said he talks to the players about that, about how those details matter, about how if you're 1-on-1 and you're 4-0 up, put it in the net. Don't try the fancy finish. Don't try to complicate things. And so that was quite an interesting anecdote. But yeah, he said he is all on the kind of goal difference chase as well, because in his words, everything matters, every second matters, and the result mattered here today, and Arsenal won it comfortably, 5-0 at Leicester, and their next game is at home to Chelsea in the semi-final of the FA Cup in a fortnight's time.